We're having so much fun in here. We're almost talking right through the break, but that's just Trevor's filter or lack thereof.
Who needs it?
We love you. We love you, Trevor.
Oh, thanks.
We also love our Stockdale basketball. We got them in studio now with a few minutes to go. Dave Purdy on the end. He's the head coach. Son Robbie Purdy and Tucker Eenigenburg.
There it is.
Correct.
Wow.
Trevor, you want to try to repeat that?
Nope.
Can we end the show? We should start.
No, we should. It's not going to get any better than that. I'll
No,
tell you that
let's
right now.
shake hands and leave.
Yeah. Whoops. It is funny when Dave calls in the scores. It's always Andrews had 10 points. Davenport had 6 points. Tucker had 16. we never get Eenigenburg. We actually never get Purdy either for Robbie, but that makes more sense. So these guys are sharpshooters. They're ball handlers. They're pretty much jacks of all trades for Stockdale. But they were both hurt earlier in the year. And Coach, I know you kind of scheduled up knowing these guys would be seniors. You thought you'd have a good veteran ball team, and it didn't work out that way early in the season because of the injuries.
No, we knew that the schedule was going to be tough no matter how healthy we were, but we certainly played very well this summer, and it didn't help that these two guys were hurt, but the way it's worked out, I think it made us tougher. And when you go through something like that, a team can go one of two ways, and these guys have bared down and stuck with the process. And I think you can make an argument that we're playing the best basketball in the South Valley right now. So it doesn't, what happens in December and January doesn't really matter. It's what happens now.
Right, and that's absolutely true. And we went through brackets, and Trevor had you guys, I think, as an 8 seed when they come out Saturday, just sort of predicting you had yourselves a little bit higher because you've beaten Liberty and Bakersfield the last couple of days. And I think that's fair, too. I think no matter where you're seated, though, it really doesn't matter. There isn't a team out there that people are scared of right now above any others, I don't think.
No, it's not like, a few years ago where Bullard, there's nobody that could beat them. I think, that there's a little more parity there. Obviously, it hurt us a little last year. The home game means something in playoffs.
Sure.
So you'd like to get the highest seed you can, but when you've been doing this for a while, you realize that it's you don't really have much to do with it, and you got to take what you get and play hard and get after it.
But people better watch out for you guys because you are playing good ball right now. Robbie, let's move to you. As a leader of this team, what has changed in the last few weeks? Is it simply health? I know Blake Andrews, your post player, is playing a lot better too. What has kind of sparked this 4-game run you guys are on?
Well, in the beginning of the league, we knew that we were down a little bit, but we always kept our heads up. We kept working every day, and now that towards the end of the season, we knew that we had to get a couple wins going into playoffs, get us some momentum.
I mean, it's really incredible if you think about it. You guys started 1-3 in the league, and Centennial started 4-0, and you kind of look up and you go, "We're just not going to catch them." But you played really well. You turned things around. Tucker, what's been the key for you?
We knew coming into the season, after we lost, after you said we started the season slow, we kind of figured that we were going to turn around eventually, and finally it happened, and we're starting to play some good ball again and get back to how we know how to play. So.
Has Blake's play over the last 2 weeks kind of been the catalyst for you, kind of the X factor, Dave, and be able to kind of take the heat off of these two guys?
They're all nodding their heads, by the way.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. And having another guy down below being able to play well like he has.
I think definitely it's been a combination of that, and then these guys getting healthy, and then the young guys. People don't realize we have 6 freshmen and sophomores on the.
One of them being your point guard,
right?
Davenport, not Davenport, but
Grant.
Yeah,
Grant.
Yeah. So I think it's all those things. Health. Blake has improved as much as anybody I've ever had. I told his dad that last night. He's come on strong, and these guys are feeling a little better, and our young guys are starting to come on a little bit. So it's been a combination of those 3 things, probably.
As players, do you guys care about the seed? Is it a pride thing at all, or is it just we want to play at home, or do you not care at all?
There's a little bit of pride in that you want to play at home, but at the end of the day, you got to win the game, no matter who you're playing against.
We played Bullard at Bullard last year, and obviously they were, I think, at the time three-time defending section champs, and that's a rough game, and you played them toe-to-toe. What do you take away from that?
I mean, we played a heck of a game that game, and I mean, we had Christian, who helped us out a ton in that game.
Right.
And then here's video of you guys playing Bullard at home earlier this year.
Why are you showing that?
Because it was one of the 2 games that I actually shot of you guys.
He needs to stay away from you guys because I think they're both lost. Tucker, what about you? You care about the seed?
Yeah, like Rob said, it's kind of a pride thing. I felt like last year we kind of, we got overlooked or something. I don't know. We got we tied Liberty for the SWYL title, and we got put down to the 5th or 6th seed, I think, and they got the 2 seed. So that was kind of a bummer, but you play whatever game you get, and so we're just trying to get a win.
Take us through, because this is coming up again Saturday, and somebody's going to feel like they got slighted. Somebody is. Because not everybody can be the seed they want to be.
Right.
When you guys were the team that was slighted last year, how hard was it to turn away from that and focus on the game, or can you use it as motivation? What was the angle you took, Dave?
We played as good as we could play. Bullard hit 16 threes, so that's why they won. It didn't, and you could say, hey, maybe they wouldn't have shot that well if they traveled to our place.
Right.
But we were playing just like this year. Last year we were playing well at the end of the year, and we played very, very well that game. You run into a team. I think they had 6 guys hit threes, and they hit 16 threes in a 32-minute game. That's an incredible number of threes. So it wasn't anything other than they outshot us. So
Right.
I've been lucky enough to coach in 2 Valley Championship games, and both times we were seeded 6. So the seeds, you want to be at home, because you always say there's probably a 3 or 4 point swing there to be at home. But in the end, like these guys said, you got to win the games no matter where you are. So.
And speaking of which, the last time you were there was 2012, I want to say, with Ridgeview. That buzzer beater still got to play in your eyes sometimes, in the back of your head when you think about it.
Yeah, every time these guys are stinking the place up, I think about that buzzer beater.
It takes you to a happy place.
Well, Robbie, you definitely didn't stink up the place last night against Garza. You had, 5 threes in the first half? 20 of your 25 points came in that. Where's your confidence level with how you're playing now, and then as the team as a whole, as you guys get ready for the playoffs next week?
Well, I think I can speak on behalf of myself and the team that going into playoffs and all the momentum we have, you got to play with confidence. You can't go into a game thinking you're not going to succeed, because then you can't succeed. So I think that confidence is high. You've got to believe in yourself.
Tucker, how much do you think playing in the SWYL with having 4 top level teams, kind of being in the top 4, set you guys up for this run that you're going to have in the playoffs?
I think it prepared us well. Just knowing that our league is very competitive, and anybody can beat anybody really. So just playing against good competition has got us ready to hopefully go far in this playoff run. So.
You guys will find out Saturday. What's the schedule like then, Dave? They get Sunday off and you practice Monday, Tuesday on the opponent that you know? Or
We try to practice later on Saturday after we find out. So we can find, we can kind of start tailoring what we're doing to attacking whoever we are that we'll play. But we'll shoot tonight and practice real hard tomorrow, and then get after it Saturday and on Monday, and I'm not sure, are we playing Tuesday or Wednesday?
I believe boys are on Wednesday, so you get that extra day.
Yeah, so that'll be nice. We'll have 3 days to kind of prepare for whoever it is that we play.
Now, clearly, if you're playing a Liberty or a Bakersfield, you know those teams.
Right.
If you're playing Clovis North, you played.
Right.
If you play Bullard, you played. If you play a Clovis or a Buchanan or somebody in the
Or
first
Central.
do you have film on those teams? How do you? Does it take some time to get it?
Oh, you gotta work and get the information any way you can, whether it's verbal or film or, it's a small section, so usually you can find somebody that
Sure.
somebody
that knows somebody.
That'll help. Yeah.
Last question. Selland Arena has hosted the Valley Final since 2005, I think. I think this is the 11th year.
Yeah.
You've been there a couple times. You said, Dave, you won the last time you were there in that great game with Ridgeview. But in D1, a Kern County team has never even gotten to Selland Arena in
Right.
D1. does that stick in your craw as a coach, as players? I mean, do you feel like, hey, we can be the ones to break through? Is that bad luck? Is there some larger story here? What's the story?
No, I mean, I don't think you have to do anything more than go look at the campuses at Clovis to see.
Yeah, no, they're terrific. Yeah, and the programs are youth feeder programs. How does that make you guys feel, though? I mean, is it sort of a slap in the face to hear that?
I mean, like you said, you go over to Clovis North and it looks like you're at a college.
Sure.
I mean, they've got like 2 huge pools, and
It's not the facilities; it's the time that they're able to put in.
Right.
Most of the
and
coaches.
they've had those kids since 8 years old or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
So
They all have a junior high on the same campus.
But having said that, last year you talked about the game that you guys played at Bullard where they hit a bunch of threes. Bakersfield had a big lead at Central and lost it. Liberty made it to the semis, had Edison down in the second half and lost. Some of that's just bad luck, right? I mean, it's just
it's going to happen. I mean, yes, this year we've seen everybody either this summer or this year, and nobody has more talent than Centennial. They're certainly capable of winning the whole thing this year, and I think there's enough parity where you can go all the way down to the 8, 9, 10 seed, and on any given night, those teams are going to be able to beat the 1, 2s,
yeah,
and 3s.
I think that's especially true this year, and that's probably a good note to end on. We're out of time, guys, but we appreciate you coming in. Good luck with the seeding Saturday, first of all. Hopefully not a repeat of last year, and then good luck next week, Wednesday, Friday, the first couple of rounds of the basketball playoffs. Dave and Robbie Purdy, Tucker Eenigenburg, and Trevor Horn. It's a good thing you weren't born in Eenigenburg, I just have to say.
I would have figured it out at some point.
At some point, probably.
There's just something with the G and the second N that just doesn't sit right.
You guys look like brothers, actually.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, speaking
buddy.
of which, Robbie
He's
and
much
Tucker,
better
that's the
looking
other
than me.
thing,
What
is
are you
they
guys
look like
talking
brothers,
about?
Too.
Yeah.
Do you ever mistake Tucker for Robbie?
Sometimes I'd like to.
Wow, that's a good. He had that answer ready to go, man. All right, Zach Ewing. This has been BVarsity Live. For our producer Chris McCullough, we appreciate you as always, and we will see you next Thursday on BVarsity Live.
Bye-bye.